How you doing? Mr. DJ's back for this time for my 70s YouTube channel, bouncing around in the decades, the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and today. But here, Mr. DJ outsources Billboard's Hot 100, April 24th, 1976. Ted Nugent with Hey Baby, a Lost 45 by Ted Nugent. This is something that you'll probably hear in a classic rock radio station when they dig in and play the album, the deep album cuts, the jams. Although now this record was put out as a single, just didn't do very well. Ted Nugent's Hey Baby was squeezed in between two big hits that Ted Nugent was involved with. One of them was Journey to the Center of the Mind, the Amboy Dukes, summer of 1968, a great psychedelic acid rock classic. Amboy Dukes, man, that was a fantastic record. The blistering guitar solos by Ted Nugent. 9 years later, Ted Nugent comes out with Cat Scratch Fever, one of the great rock and roll classics where he just another sonic blast. Great acid rock, well, great hard rock melodies just blaring out of his guitar. Ted Nugent pulling no punches at Cat Scratch Fever. Ooh, boy. That was pretty suggestive for its time, and just didn't even crack the top 30. It was amazing that it made the top 40, considering how suggestive the lyrics were at the time. But we're talking about Hey Baby by Ted Nugent. This was off his solo album, first solo album. Well, actually, Ted Nugent, it was the Ted Nugent Band. The Ted Nugent Band consisted of one of the former players, bass player of the Amboy Dukes, Rob Grange, and there was Cliff Davies, and there's a fellow named Derek St. Holmes. He wrote this song, and he arranged it as well. Derek St. Holmes, he was in a band called Scott back in the early to mid 70s. They opened a show for the Amboy Dukes. Ted Nugent saw St. Holmes perform, and Ted Nugent liked what he saw. When the Amboy Dukes broke up, when they finally broke up, gosh, I don't even know what year that was, about 1974, 75, I think, Ted Nugent was looking for a new lead singer, or just a new singer, period. And he remembered Derek St. Holmes. Ted Nugent's road manager contacted St. Holmes and he asked him, hey, how would you like to audition? How would you like to audition for the great acid rock maestro, Ted Nugent? St. Holmes said, yes, I'll do it. I'll play with Ted Nugent. We're going to rock. We're going to bring the house down. And they did, but I'll get into that in just a minute. Became a member of the band on Ted Nugent's first solo album. He played with Ted Nugent until 1978. But here's the thing about Derek St. Holmes playing with Ted Nugent. He was 21, 22 years old. He was playing gigs in the U.S. and Europe, playing he's playing sold out concerts. Although in 1976, the Ted Nugent Band did not have a huge hit. They were playing sold-out concerts in Europe and America. Even played a little sold-out concert at a high school in St. Louis. That must have been a thrill right there. Those little things, they could add up. They mean a lot sometimes. And they played with some of the great hard rock bands at the time. They played with Black Sabbath. And some of the other names I wrote down, Aerosmith, Bob Seger, and Deep Purple. Van Halen was getting cranked up in the mid to late 70s before they came out with their huge album in 1978. Playing concerts, they were on the road. They were playing concerts 300 days a year. This was a busy band. They're busting their ass, they're busting some chops. But this song only got as high as number 72. Just not commercial enough for top 40. Up from 78 the previous week on Billboard's Hot 100 for 5 weeks, Ted Nugent with Hey Baby.